In the recent year, there have been a lot of interest in the employee engagement, as many studies indicate that the employee engagement have a significant impact on many vital outcomes in the organization. And at the same time, many government employees perceive that their workplace engagement is low. Therefore, many studies done by the researcher and indicates that the leadership skills of organization uh, leader definitely have a significant impact on the employee well-being, as it can provide opportunity for the leader to develop a higher quality interpersonal ties with the employees in the organization. And therefore, in order to optimize leader performance, technical skills, conceptual skills, human skills, and communication skills are some of the crucial leadership skills in fostering employee engagement.
Low level of employee engagement was also due to the lack of support and others that caused the employees to not fully feel the experience of doing their jobs, and it will make the employees to not look forward to their future in the workplace. Bad leadership skills will drive the connection between employee and employees to not have better teamwork. The employee engagement in Malaysia is shown to be 54%, but 20% in overall. It displayed how leaders should practice their skills to engage with the workers. Hence, it shows that it is vital to study the linkage between leadership skills and employee engagement.
So this is our research question. The first one is, what is the level of employee engagement in the Ministry of Health in Malaysia? The second one is there any significant relationship between the leadership skills measured in terms of conceptual skills, interpersonal skills, communication skills, and technical skills towards employee engagement? The third and the last research question is, which predictor of leadership skills have the most significant impact towards employee engagement? And our research objective is the reflection of our research question earlier.
This is the conceptual framework developed throughout the study which linking the independent variables with dependent variables. Independent variables or IVs are the values of which influence other variables, in which for this study the IVs for leadership skills are conceptual skills, interpersonal skills, communication skills, and technical skills. So what is leadership skills? It is skills that enable people to organize others in order to achieve a common objectives. Furthermore, it also illustrated a collection of multiple diverse abilities functioning together rather than a single skill. Moving on to the skills used to measure leadership skills in this study, which are firstly the conceptual skills. These skills has the ability to coordinate and integrate all organizational interests and operations. Studies found that a positive correlation between conceptual skills and employee engagement was hypnotized. It reveals a positive correlation between conceptual skills and employee engagement was determined. Secondly is interpersonal skills, or known as human skills, that can be described to a skill that is generally associated with interacting and working with people. Holsinger emphasized that the leader should be able to approach the employees in the right manner, yet it is seen to be difficult for the low-level management to have interaction with the leader due to the layers of management levels. Therefore, there is no significant change in employee engagement with human skills. The next skills can be construed into two methods, which are verbal and non-verbal. Communication skills bring the meaning for information that will be exchanged through a process from the person giving the information to the person receiving the information. Patro found that communication contributes to employee engagement at the workplace. Hence, there is a significant relationship between the variables. The last skill is technical skills. In constructing the skill, it means the expertise or technical ability that is related to the worker's field, regardless of whether technical or engineering. It is also known as hard skills due to its frequently related with the usage of tools. However, there is no significant relationship between technical skill in improving the low level of engagement.
Moving on to the research methodology. The research design for the study is a cross-sectional design by using the quantitative method have been used in the study. The unit of analysis for this study is the individual employees from support team 1, which is from grade 17 until 38, and the support team 1, which is from grade 1 until 16, who work in the Ministry of Health. They are being selected because they work closely under their leader and also they have the ability to measure the leadership skills of their leader. And for example, around 116 respondents among the support group employees at the Ministry of Health Malaysia have involved in the study. For the sampling technique, purposive sampling was utilized with the inclusion criteria on the employees from grade 1 until 16 and grade 17 until 38 in the Ministry of Health Malaysia. And for the data measurement and data collection, our questionnaire covers three sections, which is section A is the demographic profile of the respondent, section B is the employee engagement, section C is the leadership skills measured in terms of conceptual skills, interpersonal skills, communication skills, and technical skills. For the measurement of employee engagement, a 7-point Likert scale have been utilized, whereby 1 indicates to strongly disagree and 7 indicates to strongly agree. While for the measurement of leadership skills, each of the skills was given a set of questions and was measured by utilizing a 5-point Likert scales, whereby 1 indicates to strongly disagree and 5 indicates to strongly agree. For the data analysis, the descriptive statistic, which is mean and standard deviation, will be utilized to analyze the research objective 1, while for research objective 2, Pearson correlation analysis will be utilized, and for the research objective 3, the multiple regression analysis will be utilized. Move on to the demographic profile of the respondents. For gender, majority of our respondents are female, which accounted to 80 number of respondents and 69%. Then for the age group, the majority of our respondents is within 20 to 30 years old, which accounted to 76 number of respondents and 65.5%. For the race, majority of our respondents are Malay, which amounted to 107 number of respondents and 92.2%. For the marital status, majority of our respondents are single, which accounted to 77 number of respondents and 66.4%. The highest education level, the majority of our respondents are the degree holder, which accounted to 76 number of respondents and 65.5%. For the current position, the majority of our respondents is from the support team 1, which is grade 17 until 38, and accounted to 59 number of respondents and 50.9% line of service. The majority of our respondents have been working in the Ministry of Health for less than 1 year, which accounted to 46 number of respondents and 39.7%. For the status of employment, the majority of our respondents are the permanent employees in the Ministry of Health, which accounted to 62 number of respondents and 53.4%. For the year of service with the current leader, majority of our respondents have been working under the current leader for 1 until 5 years, which accounted to 94 number of respondents and 81%. Moving on to the main finding of the study. For the research objective 1, the study finding shows that the overall level of employee engagement in the Ministry of Health Nation is high as it is within the range of 5.5 until 5.90, as 7-point IQ scale have been utilized to measure the employee engagement. And according to the Schaufeli and Baker, the mean value, which is between the range of 5 until 6, is considered high. Hence, we can conclude that the level of employee engagement in the Ministry of Health Nation is high.
A Pearson correlation coefficient test has been done to examine the hypothesis. In indicating the strength of the correlation, it can be referred to these general guidelines. Based on the result of the test for conceptual skills, it has strong correlation, which illustrated that in order to engage with the employees, the leader must possess good conceptual skills. Interpersonal skills also can be seen to possess strong correlation with the large size of correlation that helps to increase the engagement of the employees with the leaders in the Ministry of Health Malaysia. With the value of R 0.650 and P less than 0.01, the indicator for the Pearson correlation of employee engagement and communication skills is considered strong relationship, which contributes from the employees to disengaged. Lastly, technical skills in linking with the employee engagement is seen to have moderate relationship with the value of R 0.481 and P less than 0.01. In comparison with other skills, this might not be able to highly improve the engagement. For the first hypothesis, there is a significant relationship between conceptual skills and employee engagement that is proven through analysis done with the Pearson correlation test, in which is the highest correlation and proven to be impactful towards the linking of the skills and employee engagement. With strong correlation, it enables the leaders to be creative in order to engage with the employees. As for the interpersonal skills and employee engagement, the significance of the null hypothesis was proven through the test. Interpersonal skills or human skills can be essential for leaders to practice and allows them to engage and inspire the workers. Moving on to the next is the third skill, which is communication skills and its relation with employee engagement. Based on the survey and test, communication skills also has a significant relationship in engaging the employees, as they will be able to feel connected with their leaders. Hence, the hypothesis is found to be significant. The final examination of the skills is the significant relationship between technical skills and employee engagement. The result shows that it is a little less significant between technical skills and employee engagement. Yet, with the null hypothesis, it is tested to be significant.
Moving on to the main finding of research objective 3. From the above analysis, it indicates that the most significant predictor of employee engagement is the conceptual skill with the beta value of 0.492, and it has a significant influence on employee engagement with the p-value of 0.001. The result also indicates that all the four leadership skills as a whole explain 53.8% of the overall employee engagement level at the Ministry of Health Malaysia. Thus, this finding also suggested there are many other predictors, which is 46.2%, that need to be considered influencing employee engagement. Research recommendation is to improve the leadership skills possessed by the leaders of the organization. In order to enhance the leadership of the leader have to learn on how to become a good leader in order to improve the employee engagement within the organization. And as the leader are learning on how to become a good leader, it may have a significant impact on the performance of the organization, where the leader should encourage open communication, support the employee growth and development, and also accept criticism in order to build a healthy relationship with the employees.
Next is work with employees to increase the engagements. Possessing skills required indeed necessary, however, it is also important for the leaders of the organizations to put an effort on the needs of employees on growth development. They must support their employees to increase the effectiveness and productivity in the organization. Lastly, explore on the other elements to engage. The well-being of the employees can affect the organization. Employee engagement happens when they feel connected to their place of employment. It is necessary for leaders to explore on the psychological needs of the employees to help in increasing the engagement. Limitation of obtaining information has come across during the process collecting data, as there were various stages and follow-ups for the questionnaires to be distributed. It took weeks to know the decisions of the management. To solve this, it is important to carefully decide on the respondents involved for the research study based on every necessary factor such as the locations and etc. It will help with the time constraint due to some agencies might have their own procedures and requirements that will take a certain amount of time.
Another limitation that have been faced during this research is having a small number of respondents. Due to the lack of cooperation by the relevant parties, only a small number of respondents can be obtained from the survey that has been distributed. And due to having a small sample size, it can affect the reliability of the survey result and also lead to bias. Therefore, to overcome this limitation, parties involved should be considerate and more cooperative as the information gathered from the survey are being promised its confidentiality and only will be used for research purposes. The last limitation of this study is the quantitative study. In this study, the process of data collection was not made in depth, where the research adopted the quantitative approach, whereas a quantitative approach used a closed-ended question in the survey where it produced limited results, as the respondent might not be able to respond on the main reason behind the answer that they answered in the survey. Therefore, the researchers should undertake an interview session with the respondent for the future study to ensure that the data collection are more precise and accurate rather than utilizing the questionnaire to collect the data.
The findings from the Ministry of Health Malaysia will be concluded as a success despite limitations throughout the completion of the research. It was found out that the linking between leadership skills and employee engagement held an important linking. Based on all tests and findings, it created concrete evidence on showing that leadership skills can influence the employee engagement, as the research study has brought the results of significant relationships for each of the skills with employee engagement.